That terrible accident in Hinckley is another grim reminder of the nationwide epidemic of young drivers killed or injured on the highways. 1 out of every 4 teen drivers will have an accident in the first 2 years behind the wheel. With so many kids being killed, many parents wonder if teenage drivers are getting the right kind of training. Tonight we began a special Channel 3 focus on teenagers and in particular the unique, dangerous learning curve facing our newest drivers. Channel 3's Michael Mara has our special report.
When it comes to young drivers, the scenes of death and injury have become so frequent that many people have stopped paying attention. The headlines, the images, too painful. The terrible truth is that teenagers are getting killed or maimed on American roads in record numbers. A teenager killed in a car crash every 64 minutes, or injured in a crash every 55 seconds.
Something startled her, made her lose control of the car, and now she's gone.
Kenzie Commissar is dead. The 16-year-old killed when her SUV tipped over and crashed a few minutes after leaving home.
I don't have a daughter anymore. There's no way to bring her back. If I could do anything for my child to protect them, I would have done it. And I just simply didn't even know.
80% of the 16-year-olds who die on the road are killed because of simple driver error. Put some teenagers in a car, crank up the radio, and you can understand how easily those errors can pop up.
Keep going straight, go straight, go straight, go straight.
Nancy Carlisle is 16 years old and almost done with her driver's education classes.
Slow and tight, nice and comfortable. Good.
Nancy will spend about 8 hours behind the wheel in driver's ed and another 50 hours driving with a parent to qualify for her driver's license. The average 16-year-old soccer player goes through 1,500 hours of coach practice. In driver's ed, emergency training is only covered in theory.
A car comes over the center line. What are you going to do? Quick, tell me. Right. And then we go back and tell them what the procedure would be.
This is real-life emergency training for teenagers near Cincinnati, one of the few hands-on classes for young drivers in the entire state of Ohio.
I mean, it's kind of like, well, okay, we'll do this. And I came and I'm like, wow, this is like awesome. I'm so glad I went through this.
Former championship race car driver Dave Thompson is the expert directing this project, aimed at giving teenagers the skills they'll need to survive when that emergency suddenly occurs.
You can theorize about it all you want to, but you won't have it internalized until you've actually done it.
Right now, this new driver car control clinic is only available in Ohio in the Cincinnati area. The first sponsor, Kenzie Commissar's father. Mark wants to make sure other parents don't go through the same heartache.
I have to do something. She died for a reason.
Thanks to Kenzie Commissar's family and friends, that car control clinic in Cincinnati has been a huge success. I mean, the kids are learning how to drive in their own cars with mom or dad sitting right there in the front seat. Now, we think it's such a great idea that Channel 3 is going to bring that very same car control clinic right here to Cleveland, and we have room for the first 40 people who sign up on our website, WKYC.com. Now, here's how it's going to work. The clinic will start May 21st with 2 hours of classroom right here at WKYC, and then May 22nd, 23rd, each driver gets 4 hours of hands-on training down at the Muni lot. The cost is $50 per person, but it is probably the smartest $50 that you will ever spend. This is hands-on emergency training. And Ramona, we're going to proudly be part of this thing because, as we found out in Cincinnati, it does make a huge difference in how these kids react during an emergency.
Sure, Mike. And you mentioned that parents have to be involved in this class. Does that mean it's mandatory?
It is mandatory. Mom or dad have to be sitting right there in the classroom and, more importantly, in the car, because it's amazing. At the end of the day, they have mom or dad switch seats and they try it and find out just how tough that is. And many of them that we talked to said, you know what, we learned something here too. So it's good for the student and the parents.
All right, Mike. Thank you for that.